I first met Abtin in the spring of 2009, almost 10 years ago exactly, when we were both tapped to join the Senior Skull Society. Abtin was very involved as a student. In addition to getting high marks in the classroom, he was also a leader within student government.
Abtin quickly became a pillar of the community at the University of Maine during his time on campus. He worked tirelessly to serve the student body through his roles in student government and his roles in his service fraternity Alpha Delta.
Many people may not know this, he was also one of the fastest skaters in the Alphond, although he was dressed as Bananas the mascot and not as a hockey player. Shortly after graduation, he started law school, and after that became a successful attorney, most recently being named partner at his firm in Little Rock.
He worked extremely hard. He became a partner/director a year before we normally look at people for that position. I think it's perfection that drives him, and his love of the law. He really loves what he does.
In his professional career, Abtin works tirelessly to serve his clients, and he is passionate about taking care of those in need, which he accomplishes through his pro bono work.
All of us at Cross, Gunter, Witherspoon, and Gouchus were very proud of Abtin for receiving the Pro Bono Attorney of the Year award from the Pulaski County Bar Association in 2017.
Beyond these professional achievements, Abtin's very involved with his community. He and his wife Katie support the arts in Little Rock.
We love Katie too. She had worked for us also. Not only do we love Abtin, but we love his family. He hasn't really adopted the Arkansas Razorbacks as his theme because he still loves Maine.
Abtin's professional accomplishments speak for themselves, and there is no one more deserving of this award than Abtin.
Despite living half the country away, he continues to support the university and fully embodies this spirit of Maine.
Abtin Mehdizadegan has a wonderful, wonderful spirit, and I can certainly understand why he's receiving the Spirit of Maine Award.
Coming to our stage now, this year's winner of the Spirit of Maine Award, Abtin Mehdizadegan. Christina Abtin of British Asset Management is here to present the award.
Thank you. Thank you. When I first heard about the award, I was a little suspicious, as any good attorney would be, that maybe they were asking for the diploma back. And anyway, I was really excited and obviously very honored to be here. The award has special meaning to me as a consequence of being a UMaine graduate, and I'm very, very proud of that. But also because it's presented by Justin Labonte, who was my best man at my wedding, and also the same person who, within my first week of school, and introduced me to my wife, Katie. And Katie and I actually had the nice opportunity this afternoon to go to the bookstore and spend way too much money, as is typical, and also to go by the Wade Center for Student Leadership, where we first met. And so it was very special for both of us. It was actually her 10th anniversary from graduating here. So it was kind of a nice reunion for both of us. But obviously it has very special meaning to me intrinsically through my professional career. And Katie and I were talking about this on the ride up today over Italians from Corsetti's in Westbrook, which we have a fierce debate about whether Italians should be chopped or not chopped, but that might be a Presque Isle thing, I'm not quite sure. A lot of the foundation of our professional lives really formed here, and being an attorney requires creativity, diligence, research, zealous advocacy, and those are all things that we learned here. Through our times, whether it was in student government, and I see a few student government alums here, you might appreciate the zealousness with which we advocated. I know Robert Dana might appreciate that. Through our times in the Honors College, and working with Charlie Slavin, and I think about him frequently, and certainly in the research and the diligence area. And we got to do all of that while making great friendships in the Sophomore Owls and the Senior Skull Society. And all through the way, I followed Justin's footsteps in that process. But I also know that, I didn't get here on my own, and that a kid from Presque Isle could make his way all the way, thank you to all the county people in here, could make his way to Arkansas with a beautiful bride, and then have the privilege of being back here on this stage 9 years later. Didn't get here on our own, and we got here through the generosity from giving, from people just like you. And we appreciate that, and it's certainly something that we take with us, and we know that it doesn't just impact someone for one semester or for one book award or for 4 years, but for a lifetime. And so I got to leave the potato fields through harvest season and make my way to Little Rock and for my law practice with some wonderful people. Carolyn actually shares an office right next to me. I can usually hear everything she says. I don't know how she had that phone call without me hearing about it, but